lane number 7 and the Italians in lane 8. So the Ukrainians were very, very good during the last Olympic cycle. It'd be interesting to see how they shape up for their first big international race of the year. Last week, Emma, we saw the Italians. We saw most of these boats in action. Maybe there've been one or two little changes since last week. The Danes were fast last week. Of course, China's always fast. So it'll be interesting to see whether they've brought their A game to this first heat of the men's K4 500.
Really interesting to see the Chinese athlete in the front of their boat. Looks like he's sitting really high compared to some of the other paddlers. So let's have a look and see how that does. But they're on the start line, ready to go, just under starters' orders.
Yeah, he does. Unless he's very, very tall. Unless he's like 8 foot tall. But it's a very good observation, Emma. Well spotted. He does look like... Anyway, let's see if that works out for him. And we're underway. It's the Italians closest to the camera who got the best of the start. The Ukrainians pushing through now, and on the top of the screen it is Denmark and China as well, who have made pretty good starts. So everybody will go through, but the big question is who will go straight to the A final. The first boat to cross the line will get that ticket to ride and go straight into the A final and get a chance to sit back and cool their heels and let everybody else do the hard work. It's the Italians and the Chinese at the moment. It's a bit hard on this angle, but I think the Chinese are in front. Building up quite a big lead, actually, the Chinese. So they're going to take some running down, the crew from China, with the 8-foot man at the front. It is China in front. Looks like it is the Ukrainians who are coming through now into second. And then a very good race for third. But China really putting down the hard yards here. So China in front. Ukraine possibly the big challengers. Denmark across at the top of the screen as well. On this angle, I'm saying it's the Chinese in front. Now they've just got to hold on because the Ukrainians are really making a run for it towards the finish line. So China in front, Ukraine trying to get that ticket straight through to the final. It's China just from Ukraine. Who's got the best finish? Ukraine really throwing it down. It's go. Whoa, gee, that was close. Gee, that was close. Ukraine really threw it down over the last 100 meters. And I don't know if China held on. I'd be keen to see that. I mean, Emma, how did you see it? The Ukrainians really did fly home at the end, and I wonder whether they just might have tipped out China.
Yeah, the Ukraine was coming like a train, wasn't it? But I do think that China just nipped it. But let's just wait for confirmation. But yeah, what a fantastic race, and great to see them, the Ukrainians, back on the international stage where they belong, and executing a fantastic run, given they didn't have the warm-up in Szeged last weekend. So that's really exciting. But as we saw from the start, really even start. The Italians seem to have a great jump out the bucket, but the Chinese boat always seemed to look in control right up until the end when the Ukraine came through. But as you can see, that paddler does look to be sitting much higher than the other paddlers.
Sure does.
I've never seen that before.
Sure does. No. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, yeah,
so
indeed.
close.
Just held on. Just held on, the Chinese. There's not much in it, though, but I think the Chinese will get the nod, and they will go straight through to the A final. Won't be much in it, though. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Yeah, 0.06 of a second between China and Ukraine.